Wouldn't it be great if there was one place you can go to get all the latest information and tips about marketing and advertising? The Marketing Expedition community is that place. People like you gather in our online community to build relationships with others and find the latest marketing trends, tactics, tools, and technology. We help you build your brand and your bottom line. Start your adventure today. Visit themarketingexpedition.com to find out more. Welcome to Peppershock Media's Marketing Expedition podcast, keeping you up to date with the latest in marketing and advertising. Now here's your host, Ray Allen.
Welcome to the Marketing Expedition podcast. I'm your host, Ray Allen, President and CEO of Peppershock Media. Today, we're sharing with you a special conversation I got to have with Shelly Yorgesen on Facebook Live, and we converted it into a podcast for you to listen to. And Shelly is the founder of the VerandaNetwork, as well as the Executive Networking Events Group. But the Veranda Network is an online group of businesswomen who support each other and help each other grow in business and life. And we talked about relationships, sales, marketing, networking, and so much more. Shelly is just a powerful woman with amazing connections globally, and she's inspired and helped me and so many people, and I'm really proud to call her my good friend. Shelly has also started the Entrepreneur Networking Group that's a co-ed group as well on Facebook, and I think you can go and check that one out and belong to those groups as well. Anyway, please enjoy and reach out to Shelly and let her know that I, Ray Allen, she always says the Ray Allen, referred you to her, and that way she knows where her influencers and her loyal fans are coming from. Connections mean so much, and enjoy the show. Oh, look, we're on Facebook.
There we go. Now we're on my Facebook.
Yeah, now we're on Facebook
again. We had to ditch the LinkedIn for a second, but hello, Facebook world out there. So, it's an age that I'm amazed. Yeah. I'm amazed that we truly can connect to people in any planet. And I think there is some fear in that for some people of, I want to keep my circle closed, and that's totally okay. But if you are like me, if you are like you, and you want to grow into a global brand, into a global market, it is completely doable. I remember, Ray, like the first time I thought, well, what if we could bring business owners together from Australia to Florida to Nigeria to Boise, Idaho. And it took me a long time to figure out how to make it happen.
And that's what the Veranda really is all about, by utilizing tools and technologies and breakout rooms in Zoom. I mean, you've really dialed it in and figured out how to allow these people to connect all over the world. And then, lo and behold, you get to go to the castle and bring people in from all over. Tell me more about this. Because next year it's happening again. And I want to be on that airplane. I want to be in the castle. Yes.
I think everyone needs a butler.
I need a butler, a countess, and a... Oh, yes.
I haven't had a butler for like 3 weeks.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
How does he remember what we all like to drink?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and he just would bring me my hot water and lemon.
How many people were at the castle with you?
So in the castle, we had there's what we call the Golden 22. There's 22 pillows in the castle. And then outside of the castle, we had the cottages. We also rented the cottages, which were in the National Trust. So she's talking about a castle in Ireland.
Yes.
And we had the most fun and did some amazing things. So you brought up the Veranda. The Veranda is a virtual networking group for women in business. It was my first try at seeing if we could connect the world. And I'm going into our second anniversary. Wow. Called the Verandaversary.
The Verandaversary.
Yeah.
Oh, we have my first around. I love that, the Verandaversary.
It's
nice.
Yeah, and my phone knows how to spell that.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
It thinks it's awesome. A word now. Yeah.
No. Whenever we're Pepper Chalk, or I'm, Rhea. I don't even know. Anyway,
I bet you are.
Love technology. That's so awesome.
So then we thought, so our members of the Veranda, we wanted to meet some of them. And men wanted to come too. So a new brand was created called Executive Networking Events. So men and women, business owners, gathered in this castle in Ireland.
Nice.
Actually, Northern Ireland, just barely across the border, but we had the most fun. So the game was, I love to play, love to have fun, love to connect.
Yes.
And so the agenda was the same every day, just like I was raised on the farm.
Oh, right.
We get our work done first, and then we play all afternoon.
Yeah. Nowadays it's screen time. Like, nope, you can only have this amount of screen time.
Yeah.
Your grandma, you can only give them a certain amount of screen time. They need to go play.
Exactly.
Good.
So I Ray, I can't describe to you what it was like a year and a half of planning for this event, and wondering, who are these people? And this is a marketing podcast, so you think, how am I going to find these people? Yeah. How are we going to find who's supposed to be in this castle with us?
Right.
And it was a whole messy journey.
It evolved, and it had different iterations and different things. Yeah, and you filled the castle and then some, right? You had additional people wanting to come.
We did. So we ended up with executives and business owners from 8 countries.
That's amazing.
So Hong Kong, Canada, U.S., Northern Ireland, France. Where did I miss? Canada.
I can only imagine all of the dialects, Australia, and all of the language and how people would speak. And oh my goodness,
it was so cool. Well, at our networking events, we build tables of.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. And we had, at any given table, you'll have 5 or 6 business owners at Givent and everywhere. No, so this time we had Hong Kong, and then we had Paris, and then we had,
So not only is it what do you do for a living, but where are you from?
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
So very cool. So, what came out of it? What good came out of it? Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of business expansion happening into possibly other countries. Shout out to a few of our people that came here.
Yeah.
The Gertises, Trevor and Bridget Gertis, and James Billman and his new fiance. Oh. Did I tell you we had 2 proposals at the gala?
Yes, awesome. That's so awesome.
Totally surprised us.
Oh man,
so exciting.
To be proposed at a castle in Ireland.
Yes.
I can tell I can just see the story now.
James and Melissa, this is all about you right here.
That's awesome.
Let's talk about one other thing, Ray, while we're kind of on the castle. So one of my Veranda members, so she's from Australia, from Perth. She's a really renowned.
Gosh, you're getting a geography lesson. I need a globe in front of me right now.
Yes, so it's on the western side of Australia.
Okay.
So that would be like us, right? In the U.S. on the western side.
I need I need a pin drop to where I need to go.
I know. I've learned a lot these 2 years for sure.
Okay, so she's from Australia.
She's a really renowned author, publisher. Published probably, I don't know, where are you at, Karen? 250, 300 books for other people in just a couple years.
One.
Yeah. And then herself, she's written 30 or so. So she's always
published.
So she says to me, she came on the Veranda and on my virtual group, and we were networking, and she was one of my speakers, and she was like, if you have a business and you have a story, and if you have a story, you need to share it. And this isn't just for business. All of you have a story. Everyone does.
Everyone does. Yeah.
And so she's like, Shelly, we need to do an event together. And so here we are on 2 totally different sides of the planet.
Right.
Completely different sides of the planet. And she's like...
Never met in person.
Right. And she's like, I have this castle in my hometown in Northern Ireland. I've done an event there a couple of years ago, and I want to do another one, but I want to partner with you in it. So we create a brand, Executive Networking Events. Her part is making everyone into a published author.
Love it.
And my part in that was to bring the connections, bring everybody together, help them network, help them really get to know each other, and have a lot of fun in the afternoons too. Horseback riding and golf and all these fun things. But I think what really I want everyone to know is, don't be afraid of the wide, wide world.
Right.
Karen McDermott is an amazing person, and if I wouldn't have let the world into my office, if I wouldn't have let the world into my life, I would have never met her. 2 days before, here we've worked on this castle event, seriously, 18 months solid.
I remember you were telling me all about it and how amazing it was, and I wanted to go.
And we never ever met. Yeah. We talked Marco Polo.
Cool. Oh right, yeah,
we talked
Marco Polo. Yes.
We talked on Messenger, on Zoom, almost every day. But when we met in person, it was like we'd always been friends. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes sisters, it's like, you're taller than I thought.
You heard that sisters from another mister?
Yeah.
Anyway, I love it.
But I think that there's a whole world of that out there for us all. If we will just allow ourselves to expand.
Well, like you said, let people into your office, even if it's virtual. I mean, I'm letting you into my office, and this is going virtually everywhere. I mean, because your network has now expanded exponentially.
It's massive.
For just the short time that you've been doing the Veranda, which is the virtual network that's reaching everywhere, and then filling a castle. I mean, and getting people from everywhere. I mean, this is big. This is huge, and I'm so proud of you with what you've done. Like,
thank you.
Knowing you from, I feel like I have a celebrity here. I feel like this is awesome.
No, I don't know about that. I'm the one that's sitting with the celebrity.
I get to meet some amazing people just by connection and connecting, and I think it's really, really cool. And so, okay. I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
If you had no technology whatsoever, you're in Wi-Fi no zone.
Yeah.
Okay. What would be the number one thing that you would do to grow your business? Mm-hmm. No connection.
You still can talk to people, right?
You can still talk to people.
We got people around us. We just don't have Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi.
So this is like the 80s.
No technology. Yes.
So guess what? I live that.
It's 1999, right? Before right? Okay, so what was the number one thing that you would do to develop business without Facebook and LinkedIn and all the things that we have now? What would you do?
Oh, that's easy. So grew up on a farm, sitting on a tractor, swathing hay, from about, don't tell anyone this, but 11 years old.
right. I know, it's like child labor law now is like violation, but then that's what you did. You worked on, I chopped corn and hoe beets. I get it,
Yeah, that's the way, it's the way we were raised. Mm-hmm. So, and the lesson I learned from my dad was, Shelly, business is about relationships.
Absolutely.
And I remember looking around, seeing no one.
Right.
We have no neighbors,
You're
Dad.
a people person.
We have no neighbors, Dad. How is business about
relationships?
People? How is business about relationships? Yeah. And how in the world, looking around the farm, hundreds of acres of green alfalfa this way and that way. And then, and he's like, no, it is. And it always was that, In 1980, Mount St. Helens blew.
Oh, right.
Covered our entire farm with ash.
Oh my gosh.
100%. Alfalfa was ready to cut.
Oh.
It spun into a bankruptcy.
Oh.
And it was tough for everyone that was in that world. But what happened from that I learned was my parents said to our people that we owed money for.
Right.
They said, we're going to pay everyone back.
Right.
And Ray, they had no legal obligation to pay any of them back.
Oh my gosh.
But they did within 5 years.
See, these are homegrown, Idaho-made.
Yeah. Oh, this is Washington.
5 years.
However,
Washington. Okay. Well,
but close,
Pacific Northwest, Intermountain region.
But what I learned from that was, and that's why, is because he knew he would need those people again.
Yeah.
He knew he wouldn't want to burn any of those bridges. And Mom and Dad, they did it.
In 5 years.
In 5 years, they had everybody.
All back in 5 years.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah. And
wow.
So that was the thing, Shelly. Business is about relationships.
And it was probably all through handshakes and,
Absolutely.
not scanned documents and, the signatures with the PDF and none of that, fax machine maybe, not even that yet.
Or DocuSign, I guess.
Right? Yeah, not even that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, good answer. I love that story. See, storytelling, building your brand through stories. I mean, I just love that. And it's truly shows where you come from and who you are and why you are the way you are. Yeah. And I get it. I absolutely see the farm girl from what you do, because it's a work ethic. It's ingrained in you. You can't get away from it even if you wanted to.
And
I love
it teaches you to love
mm-hmm.
your work,
mm-hmm.
and love what you do. And I think going back to your question, if we went back to the 80s,
totally.
we had no Wi-Fi.
Now, fast forward, we're out of the 80s, we're back to now.
Yep.
What's your favorite way to market? What's your favorite tool to use to market? What's the thing that like has absolutely been the thing that kind of helps you change? I mean, of course, there's lots of different things, but what's the number one thing that you would say, I can't live without this, my business will die?
And I'm back with Wi-Fi, right?
Yes, you're back with Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Well, yeah, now we turn of the century, 2020, we've got Wi-Fi, we're like high speed internet here.
Gotcha.
Not dial up.
I can hear that tone now.
Right? Yes.
I coined a phrase called fingertip networking.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Hashtag fingertip networking. Shelly, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna use that and credit you. I love it. Okay.
So
Excellent.
fingertip networking, a whole training, if you need it, I can give it to you. But
nice.
It basically just is, how to grow a relationship. I mean, where are we? We are either on our thumbs,
right,
or on our fingertips. So much. My dad in that story, he's driving to Quincy, Washington. He's driving to Moses Lake. He's driving to Othello to talk to these people, right?
Yeah,
or he's calling them on the phone. But where are we? We are all on our fingertips. And so to me, I've done a lot of Facebook ads. I've done a lot of LinkedIn ads. I've done a lot of ads. But my best moves forward are the personal relationship, and that is that know, like, and trust, and then refer, right?
Right.
Yep. It's know, like, trust, refer. And we do that, I think, pretty naturally now because we're so used to connecting with our fingertips.
Yes.
But then transitioning that into a business scenario is definitely my biggest, like, this one tool outdoes my Facebook ads.
Nice.
And that's just because people want to connect with people.
Right.
And the kind of is a trend now, especially, is that people, especially the millennial generation and the next generation, want to connect with a human.
Yeah, face to face.
We want to know each other.
Knees to knees.
That's right.
Eyeball to eyeball. I agree.
It's not so much the, it's not so much, the branding is all obviously a whole nother discussion and extremely important, but they also want to know you.
Yeah.
They want to know the Ray Allen.
They want to know. They do. Well, and I said that today, we had our Givent meeting with executives sitting around the table, and I said, it's one thing to do an email introduction to somebody, but I don't know about you, but email is where things go to die. If you email
kind of a jungle.
It's kind of like you might get a response, and I don't know. But if you can actually put somebody in the same room at an event together, this power, it's very powerful. And so I told people, I said, look, you can do that email introduction, but here's maybe a better way. Ooh, and if you can think of an event that you can invite your person that you want to introduce to and the other person and bring them together and have that face-to-face introduction, you are already doing, even like with the face-to-face introduction with the FaceTime that you just did with me through Messenger, our friend from Australia, you did that, and it's facial recognition.
Absolutely.
And it is true. I think Natalie Loomis said today, we all statistics are 99% of all statistics are made up, but hey, we'll check the math, right? But majority of the communication is through body language, body communication. So facial recognition, and I use my hands a lot, but if I'm only talking on the phone with somebody, it's so much harder for me to see their reaction if we're showing them something that, visual that I want them to see. I want to see how they absorb it and what their emotion is without even any words, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that's important.
The fingertip networking is the start.
Yeah.
It's how that relationship begins.
Right.
Yeah. It's almost like how we vet people now.
Well, that's how you invite them to an event, is through sending them a message of when something is, or a calendar invite.
Nothing replaces the face-to-face.
Yep.
Nothing.
Exactly.
And we learned that from the Castle event.
Right.
We had members of the Veranda there. It was so much fun having them there. And then we had members of Givent there, so Givent that you're a part of. And then we had just business owners from all over the world there. Yeah. And
so powerful.
The relationships and the friendships that are made now. When I read one of their posts, I hear their voice.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Because now we know each other. We really have become friends. We really understand.
And you can picture them reading it or telling you about it. That's awesome.
And now, if you want to take your business into China, I have the access point for you.
Very good.
Just like that. Like, how does that happen from a grandma from Idaho?
I love it. Okay, we should probably get wrapped up because I'm going to go teach a class at CWI, and so I have to head off to that. But how can people get a hold of you? How can they get involved with any of the things that you are doing? I mean, you've got so many, so give us a quick rundown on how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. So if you're in the local areas, come to Givent Executive Network. So Idaho Falls meets on the third Thursday. This is for business owners and executives, CEOs. Boise, Treasure Valley area meets on the second Wednesday of each month. Sorry, I said it's the third Thursday.
Yeah.
Did I say that? Third Thursday in Idaho Falls, second Wednesday, every single month. So those are the live events. Phenomenal group. Ray is a great example of this. If you're a woman in business and you want to be in part of a women's group that's all virtual, that's called the Veranda Virtual Network. And then if you want to connect from all over the world, jump into my Facebook group called Executive Networking Events group.
I'm so excited. I was accepted as a member.
Wow. And there will be some virtual masterminds that start in 2020 there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So guys and gals,
good things
and
going on.
a live event again at the castle. So jump in one of those groups, or friend me on Facebook or LinkedIn, anywhere. So
excellent. All right, Shelly, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad you got to come to Pepper Shock.
It's beautiful.
I can't believe you haven't been here, and we've known each other for all this time. I didn't even realize that you hadn't been here, so it was a treat for you to get to come. And we have on the wall, we're doing what we're thankful for, so I invite you to write a quick little note if you'd like. We'll tag it and post it later. But anyway, thank you so much, and I'm really grateful for you and all that you do and all the connections that you make and all the good advice that you give. So thank you.
Thanks, great.
All right.
Such a pleasure.
Thanks for watching, and we're out. Excellent.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Expedition podcast. Find more online at peppershock.com. Wouldn't it be great if there was one place you can go to get all the latest information and tips about marketing and advertising? The Marketing Expedition community is that place. People like you gather in our online community to build relationships with others and find the latest marketing trends, tactics, tools, and technology. We help you build your brand and your bottom line. Start your adventure today. Visit themarketingexpedition.com to find out more.